The obligation is going to be met. Yes, it's true. Okay, you did your job. But we all know what bosses are looking for.
We get some answers, and we get the rematch.
We won't. I'm sorry.
The rematch, he'll be able to prove himself.
Stephen A. Smith is calling on Gervonta "Tank" Davis to sign the contract for a rematch with Lamont, emphasizing that true champions go beyond their basic obligations. He argues that boxing is not just about fulfilling contracts, but about making an impact, generating revenue, and boosting ratings. According to Smith, Davis must prove himself as a dominant force in the sport by stepping up and making the fight happen, solidifying his status as a true boss in boxing.
Met. Yes, it's true. Okay, you did your job. But we all know what bosses are looking for. They're looking for the exceptions to the rules, not the rules. You want somebody that's about having an impact, that's about making sure that it's felt.
Smith emphasized that Davis's pursuit of a rematch is driven by his desire to reaffirm his standing in the boxing world and dispel any lingering doubts stemming from their previous encounter. Despite having multiple career avenues to explore as he approaches retirement, Davis's commitment to facing Roach again underscores his determination to solidify his legacy, particularly in light of the unresolved questions from their initial bout. By expressing his willingness to step back into the ring, Davis not only highlights his resolve to address the uncertainties of their first fight, but also demonstrates his readiness to confront the challenge head-on, proving his enduring dedication to the sport and his reputation as a decisive, resilient competitor.
Wipe the team right back. I'm believing him. I didn't see him hurt or anything like that. I get that part. I saw him hurt when he got popped with a counter from Lamont Roach and he stumbled backwards because he got hit with a shot while throwing a punch in an earlier round. So I'm certainly not going to do that. Here's the important point to mention. All of us got to stand down and give Lamont Roach an apology. I thought that brother was going to get beat down because I saw a dude that was a bantamweight champion. I said, why are you moving up to fight this guy? Why is Gervonta Davis taking this fight? This guy's too small. What the hell is going on? He was a featherweight champion. You're a lightweight. What the hell is going on? Why would you take that fight? I didn't understand it. What I didn't know is that once Lamont Roach stepped into the ring, he would be the bigger fighter. What I didn't know is that once he was in the ring and he looked like the bigger fighter, he fought like the bigger fighter because, ladies and gentlemen, from opening bell, he walked right to Gervonta Davis. Walked right to him and stayed in his face all night long. If he backed up at all, ladies and gentlemen, it was 5% of the time.
During their first encounter, Lamont Roach showcased remarkable resilience and skill, standing toe-to-toe with Davis and effectively absorbing and countering punches. His defensive prowess and ability to retaliate left a significant impression on boxing enthusiasts, solidifying his reputation as a formidable opponent. Should Lamont Roach step into the ring again, he would not only bring his proven technical abilities, but also the advantage of being the bigger fighter, adding another layer of intrigue to a potential rematch.
What I didn't know is that once Lamont Roach stepped into the ring, he would be the bigger fighter. What I didn't know is that once he was in the ring and he looked like the bigger fighter, he fought like the bigger fighter because, ladies and gentlemen, from opening bell, he walked right to Gervonta Davis. Walked right to him and stayed in his face all night long. If he backed up at all, ladies and gentlemen, it was 5% of the time. The other 95% of the time, he walked right to Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis caught him with some good shots. He took it and then gave it back. Body punches, counter punches, left hook, straight right. This brother Lamont Roach can fight. And he's beautiful defensively as well. And seemed completely unfazed and undeterred by Tank Davis, a knockout artist.
Artist Lamont Roach wisely included a rematch clause in his initial fight contract, guaranteeing an immediate rematch if he lost or the fight ended in a draw. This strategic move highlighted his confidence and determination to secure another opportunity if needed, showcasing his foresight and preparation. By planning ahead, Roach ensured he wouldn't be denied the chance to prove himself again, demonstrating not only his business acumen but also his unwavering belief in his boxing abilities. This decision reflects his commitment to leaving no stone unturned in his pursuit of success and redemption in the ring.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed
Right.
for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight,
Right.
just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we take?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
Esteemed boxing analyst Teddy Atlas has emphasized the necessity of a rematch between Davis and Roach, arguing that unresolved aspects from their previous bout warrant another fight. Atlas believes that a second encounter would provide clarity and closure, particularly given the contentious nature of their first meeting. However, he has expressed skepticism about the rematch actually coming to fruition, citing concerns over the lack of accountability regarding the referee's decisions in their initial fight. Atlas's comments highlight the lingering questions surrounding the match and the broader need for transparency and fairness in the sport.
I think we know the
Breakdown by
answers.
you.
I
Yeah.
think we know the answers. I think
Yeah,
we know
we
the
do.
answers.
But we need the
Unfortunately,
rematch, and we'll get it. But I touched on last night during the live stream. It's the great Angelo Dundee with Ali when he couldn't see and he was blinded. He didn't say go out there and call a timeout, take a knee. Go and run, move until you can see. And just to be able to go out there and call a timeout, it's like being in the schoolyard. Oh, do over. Unbelievable. This has to be addressed. This can't just continue. This referee must be sat down and reprimanded. And hopefully we get some answers and we get the rematch.
we won't. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I am, but I'm ashamed of myself. I am so cynical, but this sport has made me cynical. I'm sorry. I don't see anyone's going to reprimand this referee. I don't. What are they going to do? I mean, it happens too often. It's happened too often. I don't know. We need a national commission. That's the only thing I can think of, but we're not getting one right now. But the last thing I want to say to put a bow on this one, Bud, we talked about the controversial part, but I want to finish with the great part. That was high-level boxing. That was two guys at the highest level showing their skills.
Many analysts and boxing enthusiasts believe Gervonta Tank Davis would secure a knockout victory in his first fight against Lamont Roach. Davis, known for his explosive power and aggressive style, was expected to dominate early and finish the fight. Decisively, however, as the bout unfolded, Roach showcased remarkable resilience, absorbing Davis's punches and countering effectively. This unexpected turn of events challenged pre-fight expectations and left many surprised. The absence of a knockout raised questions about Davis's strategy and whether Roach had exposed vulnerabilities in his game. Ultimately, the fight's outcome fueled further debate about both fighters' true capabilities. I expected to see a knockout. I expected to see it come at the hands of Gervonta Tank Davis against a dude that I thought was undersized, that I thought was not on the same level. And my God, was I wrong. So I thought it was apropos that on this particular day, more than a week after Lamont Roach showed up at the Barley Center in Brooklyn, New York, and let everybody know, yo, I'm no joke either. Y'all don't know who the hell I am. I'm here to reintroduce him to the world, a guy that many believes should be the lightweight champion of the world in the sport of boxing, the one and only. Lamont Roach joins me right now. Following the fight, Davis expressed uncertainty regarding a rematch with Roach. He indicated interest in pursuing other opponents, suggesting that his next fight could involve different challengers, reflecting the myriad options available to him. The plan was, I was going to call out someone in the ring, and then the journalists are like, well, I can't say, well, who are you going to call out? Well, you saw he was in my locker room, and then everyone starts doing the math. The only fighter that came in the locker room of John Davis was Jake Paul. Oh, Jesus. Jake Paul was in attendance. Jake Paul was in attendance with his business manager Nikisa Baradar, and do the math. There, Tank has taken losses all over the place. He didn't lose in the ring, but in terms of his profile, in terms of things he's saying, in terms of, how he looks, he's taking losses. I'm just gonna say, man, I like Tank Davis. I have a nice working relationship with him, but you cannot deny that he took his image, took a hit. And it showed to me, Chris, is every dog has its day, not in a good way. He's 30-0 heading into this fight. He's the man. He's the #1 ticket seller. He's a pay-per-view attraction. He knocks everyone out. He puts freaking butts in seats. That place was full to the brim, packed with I was high weed smoke. I was stoned. Were you stoned? Saturday night? I was a little stoned. Yeah, I had a headache driving home. Maybe that has something to do with me walking out of there. But the hate that came out immediately after, from fighters DT Fimo Shakur, to everyone Bangada fans who have been just waiting for this moment chimed in too well. Davis has talked drawing about literally everyone too. Like Davis was on his perch, as like this PBC guy who just puts butts in seats, who knocks everybody out, and it was warranted. Like Davis was the man, he's knocking everyone out, and you're selling out. What more can you do in this sport? Like, that's the name of the game. Make money, knock people out, fame, notoriety, and all that. So, the minute he was going to slip up, and no one thought it was going to come in this fight against Lamont Roach, the minute Tank slipped up, you knew that everyone was going to come out with their pitchforks. Everyone was going to come out with their knives. Boxing analysts strongly support a rematch, believing Lamont Roach deserves a fair chance to secure a definitive outcome. They argue that the first fight left too many questions unanswered, making a second bout necessary for clarity. A rematch would allow both Roach and Gervonta Davis to prove who the superior fighter truly is, eliminating any doubts and settling the debate once and for all in the ring. And I concur with Dane Rayfield. The A win taken away from Lamont Roach is such a big moment. Changes so many things. He deserves this win. And I feel like they took it from him. Chris, rematch in Brooklyn. Let's run it back. I want to see it again. I was there. It was Brooklyn. The energy was great in there. What about Vegas? Less taxes. Well, good point of the crime. Go back to it. And a lot of taxes in New York. I want the justice in the room. Well, thank you. Justice in the same state would be absolutely fantastic. Don't forget Lamont Roach Jr. joining us later in the week to discuss this fight. His thoughts on it, his emotions, his feelings. It's all right here on ProBox.